gets sent home with a fucking idol up his ass again.
For the first time in Survivor history, an immunity win was taken away due to a rules violation.
He had a dream about sitting in jury with an idol in his pocket.
This could put an asterisk next to the winner of this game.
That was just such a blunder for somebody who's played the game so many times.
If you can get one by him, it should stand.
He spoke too soon.
Jordan's push-off was definitely against the Utah Jazz.
She sensed something was off.
If you never trust anybody and you always think they're coming at you, it's very difficult to get blindsided. Paranoia can be a good thing in moderation. I think a huge part of the game is manipulating human error. Welcome back to the Paulie Dev Show. Good morning, America. And to all our international listeners. Now, we're not entirely sure how many of you there are, but we appreciate you being here. Paulie, I'm going to ask the question everyone wants to know, which is how the hell are you? But first, I just need to say this. They got your guy.
They got my boy. And they got your girl.
And they got my girl.
They got both of our number one picks.
This is a devastating episode for us.
This is a devastating episode. I'm doing very well, and to answer your question about our international listeners, we've got them.
Do we?
We're not just talking Canadians here. We've got some Germans. The Germans like to listen to the Paulie Dev Show.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, we actually have a few from Denmark. I was gonna print this out. This might be something for a bonus app. I'll save it for the bonus app. I was gonna print this out because I have the analytics of exactly how many people from each country have watched, and it's more than you would think. I was like blown away.
That's electric. I just want to give a quick message to our German listeners. There won't be a third time. Okay? I see you guys.
Yeah.
You're fucking hiding in the grass.
Yeah.
You tried it twice. You know what I'm talking about. There won't be a third time.
There won't.
Not on my watch.
Yeah. Not on the Paulie Dev Show's watch, even though
not on my watch.
The CIA has tried to sabotage 2 of our episodes at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised the power's not going out right now.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. But yeah, Germans, we're watching you. Okay?
There won't be a third. There won't be a third. I got to cut my fingernails.
Speaking of fingernails, my pinky and thumb grow out faster than the middle 3. So whenever I cut my nails, I have to cut my pinky and thumb, then wait for the pointer, middle, and ring to grow out, then cut them. So I'm always cutting my fingernails twice a week.
That's insane. That's a hot take. I've never heard of that. I'm trying to think of a funny reason as to why that would happen, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm only halfway through my iced. Do you want to know what my coffee order is?
I would love to know what your coffee order is.
Iced red eye, black, no sugar, no cream. Iced red eye, which is just a coffee with an espresso shot in it.
I gotta ask you that is wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a red eye.
Yeah, iced red eye.
An iced red eye. Massachusetts, big donkeys, right? And by donkeys, I mean Dunkin' Donuts, right? But you guys call it donkeys up there.
We typically call it dunks or donkeys if you're a girl.
Okay, that's
fair. Yeah, I would say, so I never go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I hadn't eaten fast food in truly probably 20 years until I started dating Michelle. And then we just had Taco Bell for her birthday.
Bell's my weakness.
She loves Taco Bell. And honestly, shout out Doritos Locos Tacos. I had this big moral high ground thing that I was doing for a while where I was like, it's a bad industry, so I don't want to support the industry. It was like most people are concerned about what it does to their body. I was like, this is like a factory farming's wet dream is like all the shit that they use in fast food, right? And they're slowly trying to like control our minds. So I wouldn't eat fast food, but I would smoke a bunch of cigarettes and drink 25 Miller Lights. And then I realized that's just horseshit. And so now, fuck it.
Now you're like, give me that Doritos Locos Taco. Oh, dude, Taco Bell, dude. My order, I go cheesy gordito crunch. I go beefy 5-layer burrito. I go cheesy tots, all in one sitting.
I just had the nugs the other night. They have nuggets.
The nugs aren't bad.
They were totally fine. Do you want to? Oh no, bonus app. We'll do a fast food draft bonus app
We'll go fast food draft.
at a later date. But we actually have to get into
Yeah.
this.
Sorry, yeah, I derailed us on that. Sorry, international fans.
It's
Flippen.
okay. As long as the Germans know there won't be a third time, then I think we're good moving on. And I feel like I did make that abundantly clear. So if you guys were thinking about it, think again. Yeah, I
Last time I
mean,
watched Germans, not today.
yep. Yeah, better luck next time. Actually, there won't be a next time. So we do this thing where we start at the end of the episode because it's like what just is top of the mind.
Yeah,
Let's start at the beginning of the episode.
yeah, because there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning of the episode. And the last two, so episode 9 and 10, had a theme kind of like intense paranoia. The paranoia, I feel, at least on camera, quelled a little bit in this last episode, but that's not going to deter us later in this episode from doing our challenge most paranoid player draft. So you guys all have that to look forward to because I would make an argument that a little bit of paranoia could have gone a long way for our two favorite players.
I think they could have gone a long way for our two favorite players. Man, Ozzy, dude. The funny thing is, my dad is so passionate about Survivor, and he loves Ozzy. But as you can imagine, an Italian that just watched his favorite player get voted out, the way he described Ozzy leaving was hilarious to me because I like to call my dad up and get his takes on it a little bit. So I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I was like, they got Ozzy. I was like, I love Ozzy. I was like, he was my pick to win. I'm upset. He goes, yeah, get sent home with a fucking idol up his ass again. And I'm like, never heard the up his ass, idol up his ass phrase there.
Yeah, horseshoes typically. That's what everyone
Yeah,
thinks that I have. But yeah, I mean that it was insane. We're going to get there, but we have
yeah.
to start I think on excuse me, the immunity challenge
Oh yeah.
because we had our first I mean again, I've never really watched the show, so I imagine they've done this at some stage before, but there was intervention.
There was an intervention. This is the survivor. This is, not we're not going to go there, but this is exactly what Tyson was talking about when he said that certain things regarding Survivor and Jeff are just dialed in. Now, there has been some controversy online because people are trying to be like, "Oh yeah, but Christian was able to cheat and he didn't get caught." Now, I don't know what they're referencing with that, but this is a textbook Probst move here where if something goes awry in order to protect the integrity of the game and keep the excitement of the viewers who watch this game, this is what he does best. Like and I think it goes a long way. Survivor 50, he knew there was going to be a ton of eyes on Survivor, and this was going to be his like moment to get people back in. And
Do
I,
you want to know what I didn't like about it? Is that, and maybe this is just the way that I'm watching the show. It
yeah,
feels like, I know there's cameras there, I know there's mic people there, but it feels like when it's done really well, they're on an island with Jeff. He's the judge, jury, and executioner. And if you can get one by him, I almost feel like it should stand, that they
feel
shouldn't be
like
able to go back, review footage, and like get the other producers in, bring them into the game. It's like in baseball, I don't like I
the
like them
AI box
getting,
now.
what's that?
You don't like the AI bot pitcher's box in baseball now?
I think a huge part of baseball for a long time was manipulating the strike zone. And there's a
Yeah.
bunch of different ways to do that. And the catcher
Mhm.
grabs the ball, slides it in. And if you can, manipulating the base path, if it appears that you are safe to the umpires, then you're safe. If it
Yeah.
appears as a strike, even though it may not be a strike, it's a strike. Now, I understand you don't want human error to affect the game, but I
Mhm.
think a huge part of the game is manipulating human error. And this was the first time that it really felt like, okay, this is actually, I understand the fairness element of it, but because it was like, it happened in real time so quickly and it was something
Mhm.
that they had to go back and look at after it had all played out, it felt
Yep.
like it almost felt like in basketball, like when there's a goaltend, you have to call it right away in order to go back and review it.
Hmm.
And so
Okay.
I didn't love the way I'm all in favor of fairness. Everyone that's ever played a fucking board game with me knows that I'm like a rule freak. But I think in this scenario, it certainly wasn't intent. She wasn't intentionally attempting to get herself disqualified. So I don't know how I feel about the ruling. I really don't.
I don't think she was intentionally, man, Tiff immunity win, I think could have changed up exactly how the votes went. I think everybody was thinking the same thing of like flushing idols and all of that stuff. I agree to a certain extent. I look at the people who caught Tiff almost like the other referees that exist, right? So for like a check swing, the umpire's looking to what, like the first baseman or third baseman?
Yeah, but it's happening in real time.
Exactly. No, exactly. I'm all for the real time. It's happening in real time. You make the call like right then as it happens. Like Tiffany came back celebrating, everything was going, and then they were like, "Oh wait, discrepancy." That's kind of how I feel. I'm so torn because in soccer they have VAR now, right? And they never had VAR. And this is to like see if penalty kicks are actually penalty kicks or if
Right.
goals actually go in if it hits the crossbar and bounces. Sometimes it goes crossbar bounce and then it is out, right? And they use it to see if it crossed the goal line. Now, one of the more famous things that referees never caught, Maradona punching a ball into the net in the World Cup final. Argentina wins the World Cup final. People have been saying Maradona's the best until Messi. They call it the hand of God down in Argentina. They call it the
Wow.
hand of
Oh,
God.
I've seen a statue actually of that, I think. I think
Yes,
I've seen a
he was.
statue of that.
He's a short guy. He was like
Yeah.
5'4", and he jumps up and somehow outheads a goalkeeper with his arms fully extended. A six
Yeah.
foot one goalkeeper. You know what I mean?
I want to say, and I could again correct me if I'm wrong, but based off of the reaction that it got on this episode and the reaction that I've seen it get on social media, now there's been 50 seasons, so could definitely be wrong. It feels like it could be, and this is where it would help to have a producer. It feels like that might be the first time an immunity challenge has been overturned for a rule discrepancy in the history of the show. And so to do it, if that is the case, to do it in a massive moment on 50 feels just a little weird to me. I just don't know. I don't know if it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a common occurrence. It didn't feel that way. It did not feel in the challenge. It's a common occurrence to go back to review the tapes and to get the call right.
Yes.
That's a common thing that happens because there's
Yeah.
so many games and there's so many moving parts
Oh my God. And
and
there's so many like people.
cheaters. Let's just
I
be
mean,
honest.
we all are
It
trying to cheat.
happens. Yeah, it happens but that's a part of the game. Like TJ will come out and say, "We reviewed the footage," like at least once or twice a season.
Oh yeah. I mean, the
The,
famous one, Derek and Horacio.
the famous one, the most recent one, probably the eating challenge on, I believe it was 41,
Oh yeah, 41. Yeah.
where they went back and they just said that entire portion has been scrapped because so many of you cheated that even with the footage, we couldn't figure out which ones of you cheated because you all
Yeah.
cheated because you didn't want to eat an onion.
Well, yeah, and
Um,
well, someone has to catch the cheater. Like it's almost like we kind of police ourselves in that realm, right? Because
mhm,
like let's say if you won something and I saw that you cheated, I might let it slide because I'm like, Dev's my guy,
right.
right? But if another person cheated and I caught it and I wasn't feeling good about it, I'd be like, yo, check the tapes. They did this, right?
Yeah, but it feels like that's a part of the game in the
Yeah.
challenge, and it doesn't feel, or it didn't feel like that to me, that was even an option in Survivor. So to do it
Yeah.
for the first time ever, and then at the benefit of Jonathan, who again could be wrong here, but feels like things could have been going in that direction.
Oh, yeah.
It really did. It was a huge, impactful moment. And again, fact check me if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Maybe it's a regular occurrence. It certainly didn't play that way. And so if this is like the
Yeah.
first time or if it's a real rare occurrence, I guess then my question would be could retroactively, I bet you if you went back and you put everything under a fine tooth comb like that over 50 seasons, there would be multiple examples, dozens of examples of things that were missed.
I
So to
th-
do it in 50 just feels weird. I don't know.
yeah, I kind of feel like he was looking to try and make a statement, right? Like I think Probsty, he's aware of like the temperature in the water, right? So I feel like he kind of went out of his way to do this to kind of like, listen, there's always going to be the conspiracy theorists. You and I being two of them. But for 95% of the viewers, something like that is going to be like, wow, look at this. Survivor's real all the time. There's no mistakes that ever happen. Jeff's on top of it, right? But we know there's mistakes that happen. I'm sure. And this is where we do need a producer. We're still hiring. Some of you have sent resumes. We need better ones, or actual resumes. Like when I tell you to email us your resume, don't just send me a DM back being like, this is what I did. No, I want to see the CV. I want to see the curriculum vitae. All right. That's some Latin for you guys for
Wow.
resume. Yeah. Used to study Latin in high school. No big deal. Had a little sitch there. Thought I was going to be a lawyer. Anyway, what? Goddamn, dude, our ADHD is insane.
I mean, it's kind of fire.
Yeah,
Latin, pig Latin,
yeah.
pig,
Ooh, dude, little pig
ixnay,
Latin.
whatever it was.
Ixnay, the Xnay on the Jeff Probst day.
You never know.
You never know. But anyway, I liked it. I do think that there are going to be people in the comments because there always is being like, yeah, you guys should watch this season. This happened. So let us know which seasons we should go back and watch where there were some discrepancies because this ultimately did change the game. And I have to give I have to give flowers because at least your fave Flippen, like her idea that she came up with was brilliant
Yeah.
and very extremely well executed. If Cirie wasn't, man, Cirie, I just got to say, to go from being a massive Cirie like doubter, some would say hater, some would say,
I think Doubter's appropriate.
yeah, doubter is appropriate.
You didn't
Like,
dislike her. You just disliked
yeah,
her
no.
gameplay.
I love Cirie. I just never saw the gameplay. Never
Right.
saw it. I am seeing it in full force because she's she picked up on it immediately. Like immediately her wheels were turning when Flippin was talking to her. Like you could see in real time her brain was trying to work out. Now, why would Flippin be trying to convince me that she can get the idol played on her from Devon's? I know all of these players. And you also saw, and I think if Flippin did less talking at Tribal. I think if they sold it less at Tribal, but you could see Cerie's antennas were up at Tribal. But
Flippin should always have done less talking throughout this. If there's one thing that remains consistent, and as Emily Flippin's biggest supporter, I love to hear what's going on in her mind. But less was more in this situation. Also, I have breaking news. It's not breaking news for big Survivor fans, but this is saying for the first time in Survivor history, an immunity win was taken away due to a rules violation.
whoa,
So
breaking news.
yeah,
First time.
I just popped that question in quickly, and that seems to be the first answer. So I guess it's coming from People, which is a pretty credible news source. So I don't know. It's like in that situation, then I definitely disagree with what happened.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's really
tough.
hard for someone that loves a rule, but I feel like the previous 49 seasons and 10 episodes supersede this one example because this can't be the only time that's happened. So for it to be
Yeah.
the only time in the history of the show at a pivotal moment, which ends up giving somebody not only an immunity idol, but then also two votes at
Hmm.
two different tribal councils because of the way everything shook up, that's like a massive, massive amount of power to come from like a rule discrepancy.
Yeah. No, it
I
it
don't know.
really there used to be an unwritten code in sports where in the final moments of games, referees used to let things slide just a little bit more for the
Jordan's push off, Jordan's step back push off on, I believe it was John Stockton. Well, it was
yeah.
definitely against the Utah Jazz, but I'm not
Yep.
entirely. It might have been Stockton. That's like, It's obvious if you go back and you review that call, it's 100% a foul, but you can't go back retroactively and change it in a massive
Yeah.
pivotal moment like that. And I just don't that one this one I didn't realize how badly it rubbed me the wrong way till I just read that. I'm
Yeah.
officially anti this decision.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
And it's not just because it affected Flippen and Ozzy.
I
Doesn't
would
hurt,
say it did
doesn't
affect
help
Flippen.
its case.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help its case there. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is a dictation of the flow of the game, and I'm very anti refs controlling the outcome of the game.
Right. Yeah, I think there's something to be said for visual manipulation of rules. And that is like a skill set that if you can think of it, it's like the classic New England Patriots. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I understand that you want to penalize people for doing it intentionally, but this does not seem like something that was intentional. I mean, that's just my take on it. And obviously, what a ripple effect, what a butterfly effect. This could affect, I mean, it definitely affected the eliminations of this episode. This could affect the winner. This could put an asterisk next to the winner of this game.
This could put an asterisk next to it, but I also like to look at things of like who did this outcome benefit, right? So if Tiff is, let's say, wins immunity, hypothetically,
Swap Tiff and Jonathan.
yes, exactly. Cerie's voted out
Probably.
because I think Devins, Flippen, and Jonathan all look at Cirie in the same way of like we gotta get her out at this point. So in a way, it benefited Cirie. Actually maybe not because she had that two vote advantage. So she would have been able to put two of her votes on somebody, and then Tiff would have voted with her and tied it. Very interesting. I still think Ozzy's fate would have been sealed. I think he's another one. He spoke too soon. That was just such a blunder for somebody who's played the game so many times to essentially start pre-jury managing. That is almost like a guaranteed. You almost vote that person out of spite. And that goes across the board. Big Brother and Survivor. If somebody comes and starts talking to somebody that they think is going home in a manner of, I'm so comfortable in this game that I want you to do this for me, that, and Aubrey did it like exactly how anybody would do it, being like, hey, this person started laying out their game plan. Like, wait till you get to the final three, Oz. Why are you doing this?
Or maybe five, but like certainly not now. And then if you're gonna do it, you got to be so sure. Or
Yeah.
I could have understood if he played the immunity idol, if he had done this and then played the immunity idol that he had to suss out the actual loyalty. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if this had been a strategy to be like, let's see who turns on me,
Yep.
then I understand that.
Yeah.
But to do this and then not do that is like a double negative.
It's a double negative. I don't know. And like he had a dream about sitting in jury with an idol in his pocket. And this is where you see clear as day the difference in gameplay and how smart Cirie is versus Ozzy in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because she sensed something was off. She used her double vote,
Yep.
exposed exactly what the plan was. So now in her mind, she's like, yeah, Rick Devens is on my hit list because he tried to pull a fast one on me with Flippin and get me out. Right now, on the other side of things, there's no blood because Ozzy didn't snuff anything out. He would have saw, oh my God, all my boys just tried to vote me out,
Including Rizzo,
including Rizgod.
which I didn't see that coming from him. You know, he's an interesting player in this game right now. He's a very interesting player in this game and proving to be one you got to watch out. Got to watch out for coming down the stretch here.
Oh yeah, he has an idol. I think what we're getting in the hints of the next episode is everybody's looking to flush out everyone with an idol.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's possible, I think this is where Rizzo's going to have to use his idol. Let's see. Ozzy just went home with an idol. Devin's used his idol. I don't think anybody else has an idol at this point.
No, but no one knows that,
True. But
right?
I but
Like,
from what everybody knows, I think it's time. They're doing a great job in like the next episode thing to kind of make it seem like nobody's safe, right? You got a little bit of
I
people
don't think
talking about,
anybody is based on how many
yeah,
twists there are. I don't think they feel like they are either. But this is where I mean, the person that felt the most safe was Ozzy, and he should have had some more paranoia.
I don't understand how in a game like Survivor, when you are viewed as a comp beast, why
How
you
you're not paranoid 24/7.
yeah, I would be paranoid
Yeah.
24/7 because that's usually when you go. And funny enough, I don't know if Survivor players study this, but I saw a little fun fact out there, a little statistic that majority of winners have always picked by the first juror that enters jury, right? So by that statistic, if you know that,
Oh, that's interesting because they're kind of in there potentially like making your case for you in some capacity.
well, it's not even the making of the case. It's they're the first ones out. And then everything that they get downloaded is from the next person that comes into jury when they come in and they're able to talk. Like the same thing would happen in Big Brother, right? You get eliminated, right? They would just make you watch who won the HOH, who won the veto, and then the person that got eliminated gives their version of what has been going on in the game
Oh, so
season
the
one.
opposite of that. The opposite of what I thought.
Exactly. So by that metric, it's like you want some jury management, but you're really looking to see how you can sway that first juror every time you're going to tribal council to like almost play to them in some
Hmm.
capacity.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense. I mean, there's some heavy hitters left in here. Obviously, after the double down, now to the final seven. On the female side, Cirie, Tiffany, and Aubrey. And then
yep.
on the guys' side, Riz God, Devins, Joe, and Jonathan.
Mhm.
Of those seven remaining, our winners are gone. It's time to
Yep.
repick. Who do you got?
It is time to repick. Well, I think Ozzy, in a way, has
Let's do
blown.
will. Let's do will and want, Paulie. So who do you think
Yeah.
will win? Who do you want to win?
I have a crazy gut feeling that Aubrey's getting the win in a momentum. Like I
Wow.
think they gave her, I it's weird to me. They gave her kind of like that shady, the shady, edit towards like Michelle in a way, like where she was able to throw a little shade, being like, this is how this player beat me. I'm not going to let it happen again. And then immediately this episode, it's very heavy. Aubrey showing that she is essentially the one that flipped on Ozzy, even though Jonathan's been gunning for Ozzy this whole time. It kind of looks like, oh, she was given information. She went
It's
and
a bit
used
of
it
a stealing the credit situation to me.
100%. 100% stealing the credit. And that's only done. I'm trying to not put the producer brain on. That's only done when you're trying to justify.
There would be no
Uh,
reason to show it if. Okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah, it,
Yeah, I certainly hope not.
yeah,
Man. Okay, so that's your will. Who's your want?
yeah. My want to win at this point, man. Cirie's just been playing a lights out game.
Yeah.
I would want to see her win. It would just be a cherry on top of her legacy. In a way, I really do think if she doesn't win this season, she really is like the robbed queen of Survivor if she doesn't pull out a win this season. Jonathan, I think, is playing the best game on the male side, even though Rizzo's sitting in a better position than him. I think he has been doing a lot of work. He has a lot of big names on his belt.
So Jonathan is my will.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan will win. And again, not to throw the producer hat on, but like I'm struggling to find another reason as to why, for the first time in the history of the show, they would reverse an immunity idol thing if they didn't want him to win. So that's my will is
Yeah.
Jonathan will win. And my want, I would love to see Cirie win. I would love to see Cirie win, but it is very difficult for me not to want Rick Devens to win this season.
Oh
I
my
would
God.
love to see Rick Devens win 50.
Yeah.
And I think everybody would. I think everyone would be stoked about it. It would be justified because he has played a really cool game. He's had some highlight quotes. He's been, you know, to me, funny. I find him
Hilarious.
I find him funny and good at stuff, and I just think he's cool. So that's my will want. And I mean that's where we're gonna leave this episode before we dive into our most paranoid players draft because again, and we don't want to rub salt in the wound, paranoia it's like almost everything else in life, can be a good thing in moderation. These next, and it probably, Ozzy's probably kicking himself for not having enough of it. What we're going to do now is a all-time challenge paranoia draft. And we're both going to pick three, and they can't all be girls. Okay. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Quick caveat: your team has to have one guy on it,
Ah,
minimum,
team
minimum.
has, team
Okay.
has to have one guy. That's tough. That's hard. It's hard to find a paranoid male player. I mean, maybe we just hide it better.
No, I mean I know some. I
You
know
know,
some. They just it's not that they hide it better, it's that they go about it in like a less obvious, well, I guess that is hiding it better, but I guess they go about it in a less obvious way where they're not like saying, "I'm so paranoid right now," which most of the girls on this list are doing.
yeah.
They're like literally, "I'm paranoid." It's like, "Okay, well,
Oh,
we know that now."
yeah. I could put a list together of 10 paranoid challenge female players of all time. The men, it's a little bit tougher for me. All right.
Well, you do you want to go again? We're going to do a snake draft here. So would you like to go first and then fourth and fifth, or
Okay.
would you like to go second, third, and sixth?
Let's see. You went first and then I went second and third last time. I think I'll go first because I
Okay.
want to I want to solidify first pick and then I kind of want to see the direction you go with two and three. Maybe that'll spark something for me for my final two picks. So, I'm going to start it off. In my opinion, most paranoid player ever goes to Marie. Yeah.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is a unanimous number one pick that was not on my radar.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
electric. That is going to open up the door, though, for me to take two heavy paranoid hitters
I
in the
know.
two and three.
I know. There are some heavy hitters for the two and three, but I had to go with
That that is
number
that is
one.
electric. That's an
Yeah.
electric pick.
Yeah, didn't know if it was on your radar. Now, mind you, I'm making this decision and I only played one season with this person and I wasn't even in the house for that long, but the amount of time that I was in that house,
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It was
it was
crazy. They really should bring Marie back. I don't know why I don't
oh,
know I don't know what she did, but she must have done something because she was great TV. I mean, I know she's got a kid now, and so she's probably doing other stuff. But Marie, if
great.
you're listening, get on the horn with BMP. Get back in there.
Get on the horn with BMP.
Even
Yeah,
for an all-star season, like I've notoriously said that the younger generation shouldn't be on all-stars. I think I
mm,
was a stretch, but I do think that Marie was in the game long before I was, and although we're the same age, she had more seasons under her belt. Easily justifiable for her to be on all-stars, and would be probably more fun for her because realistically, with the girls that are in the game in the flagship now, it's if you're not like really, really good on the girls' side,
yeah,
you actually don't have a chance
yeah.
because it is stacked right now, more so than it's ever been. It is stacked on the girls' side,
Yeah,
stacked,
the girls' side flagship is absolutely
stacked.
stacked. And we
It's
have
insane.
seen so many emerging new faces that the fans are really getting behind.
but that
Um,
also are good that can win because their skill sets do
yes.
generally vary. I mean, the girls are just, I mean, they're loaded right now. The guys are always have always been kind of like pretty stacked, to be fair. But for some reason, it does feel like the guys' side is a bit more even, right? It's like you could throw a dart at a board of a season and you wouldn't be super shocked if that guy won. But
Right.
on the girls' side, there's like probably 8 people. And if they're in the house, if you cast 15 people and these 8 girls are there, the other 7 don't have a chance.
Yeah, well, I mean that, and that's what I'm saying is that is, we're not going to go too far off the rails, but I do feel like investing in that stuff is worth it because look at what we have on the girls' side. Now we have a fandom that really does get behind a lot of the new female characters because they have consistently always brought in the fresh faces and seen who rises to the top. I feel like on the
Yeah.
men's side, as even as the competition aspect of it is there's a lot of us that went in and the fans started getting behind us and we had perfect character ups and downs, right? Of fans on our side, fans not on our side. And I feel like that's the perfect thing to go to. But hey, totally fine. CT and Johnny, like let's just keep giving them 25 seasons. They're the goats. They're the
Well, it's
goats.
actually it's interesting that you mentioned the Banana Man because I am going to take this player. I'm going to take Johnny with my first pick, although he wouldn't
No,
be.
he's paranoid. Really, dude.
So
I would have never
I
guessed.
for the guys, I think it's a unanimous one, and I can't let you have him because
Okay.
if you pair him with Marie, then you win.
Yeah, that
Um,
that would be a win for me. I would have never. He's one of those ones that hides it well. He hit it. He hit
oh
it
wait, are
well.
you being sarcastic? Or are you being serious?
No, I'm being so dead serious. Now, granted, you probably have way more experience playing longer game stints with him. I mean, for me, like my time with Bananas on challenge seasons, whether it's him going home early or me going home early, has been limited. So I don't see how and once again, with watching the actual show, you
Oh
don't
yeah,
see
he
it.
would admit this. He would admit this too, and he would say that he has to be because everyone's going to come after him. But even in seasons where like even on Ride or Dies, when we were 100% protecting them, absolutely because of Nani, but absolutely there were multiple moments where he had created in his mind that we were all out to get him. And I was his roommate. We weren't voting for them. Nothing was happening. No one was like orchestrating anything against him. But there was multiple moments where he was like, "This stinks. It's up to no good." And I'm like, "Dude, no, literally, we're not like you guys aren't on the radar. Like we're not doing it." To the point where they won, Nani and Johnny won an elimination right at the end. They beat Fessy and Mariah, and he yelled at Nani, none of them wanted this. None of them wanted this. And we were like rooting for them and rooting them on and giving them advice the entire elimination. I was like, no, dude, we did want this. Mariah and Fessy won the mini final. They're arguably the second best pair here. We definitely wanted you to win. But I understand it, but I am going to take Johnny as for my paranoid male player. And then if you call yourself paranoid Pam, and it's an
Oh
alter
yeah,
ego
I
of
know
your own,
exactly who you're going.
then I am going to pick you for my most paranoid player list, and I'm going to take Ashley Mitchell.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Ash.
I'm hoping and praying that you don't take my third player because I
Oh,
do think I would sweep this, but you get back to back picks. I don't think we have to go too deep into conversation of just if you call yourself paranoid Pam, I'm going to pick you.
oh yeah, yeah. Mitchell, millionaire Mitchell. Yeah, famously calls herself Paranoid Pam, and she is. It's visible.
Yeah.
It's
She
visible.
doesn't, it's not a bad thing either to be paranoid. Like, let's think about the 2 people on my team right now. Arguably, and this is why it goes along with what we were talking about, with like a healthy amount of paranoia is actually a good thing because it
Yeah.
forces you to look at the game from every angle. If you never trust anybody and you
Mhm.
always think they're coming at you, it's very difficult to get blindsided. Oh
Yeah,
man,
but
I
that
actually have two. I have
which
two,
is
so I hope.
which that's why I'm a little confused with your bananas pick, right? Because Jordan, similarly, someone who should be paranoid all the time, is just not because I think he sets
He's
his
not.
expectation of like, yeah, everybody is coming after me. And I think there's comfort in sitting in that. And then when it doesn't happen, he's like, idiots.
Well, there's just been too many scenarios where like Johnny feels like he's been stabbed in the back,
Oh yeah.
where he,
He
so
has.
like, especially recently, after Sarah did what Sarah did, it was
Yeah.
like full blown justification for him to do it back to anybody all the time, right?
Right.
And just in the most recent seasons that I've played with him from 38 to 40 and then watching him on 41, the only reason he went after Olivia on 41 right off the bat was because he was paranoid that she was going to come after him because of 40. So the snowball effect
No.
of recent seasons has
Yeah.
definitely led him to be, in my opinion, hyper paranoid. Maybe
Yeah.
for good reason,
He
but
oh
hyper paranoid nonetheless.
he definitely carries that hyper paranoia, and I think I could kind of see that because I was a little shocked at 40, like when me and Cara were
The
in
first episode.
the first elimination, and I was like, bro, what is going on? Like you and I literally squashed our stuff. I told you you're solid on our side. I was watching him not only do work himself on like our team, but also send Laurel to do work on our team. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
happening here?
Well, just think about on 40 as well. Think about how paranoid he was that Michelle was going to eventually take my side.
Oh
It
my God. I
so
remember that.
then yeah, exactly. There's it when you really look at it, most of his gameplay, he's very good at calming himself down and doing it strategically, but it's all rooted in paranoia.
All rooted in paranoia. I
And
remember
again, I mean,
watching.
he's not totally wrong because Laurel gave him a one. So like I guess you
Well,
should be paranoid that people are going to
he
fuck
should
you.
be paranoid.
Yeah.
Game one.
Laurel gave him
Um,
a one.
yeah, no, it's when I watched that episode play out, I like watched it and I was like, this is text, but he did the same thing to Cara and I in the beginning. But now I understand it where it's not just the paranoia, but he also is always looking to split up a duo
Oh, 100%.
in the game because like that is a threat. Like doesn't matter how long you're working with somebody, and like correct me if I'm wrong, but like you guys were gonna be good until that happened, and then you're like, bro, why would you lie? Now I gotta come for you, you
Yeah,
know?
it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but we
Yeah,
won't get into that.
we
You
won't
get
get it.
back-to-back picks
Yeah.
right now.
All
Who you
right,
pairing with
all right. I
Marie?
think I know who you're gonna go with for the clean sweep, and this is why I think I gotta take her. I gotta take your queen. I gotta take Mish.
Oh, no, I wasn't going in
Oh,
that
you weren't
direction,
going
but
with
that's a
me.
good one. That is a good
Yeah.
one. That's a good one.
Mish is she for someone who's so good at like a variety of things and also has a great social pulse and has a great social game, extremely paranoid and like will is just kind of like, guys, I feel like it's me today, and it's like totally not you. She's like, no, but like what if it is?
It has been several times though, so that's another justified one I would
Yeah.
say where there
Yeah.
it definitely has been quite a bit, and having the title of survivor winner I think just like adds an element of, well, obviously they're gonna, if what's the outlier here, if they've got like they need a justification to come for somebody, okay, let's get the winner of this other really hard show out. So
Yeah,
I get
100%.
that. Yeah, not I will say this, I think you might have missed there. There are a lot
Ah,
more paranoid people on this list, so I hope you
ah,
come correct with your guy because you're gonna
man.
get dusted if you don't.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely dusted because on the guy's side, I'm really trying to like dig up some rocks here. And the only person that's coming to me is Zach, you know, because when I've played with Zach,
Okay.
Zach very paranoid, would always kind of be like, is it me? Even when like it wasn't him.
Yeah, I mean, so now that you've made your pick, you missed the mark on Shane Landry.
Oh my.
You could have paired Shane with Marie. and
Oh,
that would have
that would have
been
been good. Shane is a mess with
that, that
paranoia.
that would have been electric. I
Yeah.
was thinking about taking Shane and pairing him with Ashley, and then I am actually I'm gonna take my final pick. I'm really in between two players, but I have to go with this other player who I don't actually think you've ever played with. God, I'm between three. So we're gonna do honorable mention after this. I am gonna take Amber.
Amber B.
I'm gonna take Amber B.
Okay.
Just solely for the amount of tears that are produced from the thought of maybe going in. And then also, again, defensively, no one has been blindsided more than Amber B in the history of the show.
She has been
She gets
blindsided.
blindsided more than anybody ever.
Oh, the
It's
most recent
crazy.
All-Star season was a insane blindside when it was Veronica that she was putting all of her trust in, right?
I believe so. And they were right. It was right after they did it to us. And I was like, guys, you can't let this play out. Fessy and Amber, who do you think they're coming for next? Once
Yeah.
they get rid of, we are your insulation. And of
Yeah.
course, it played out that way. I'm going to go honorable mention Kara.
Oh yeah. Up there.
Kara's, again, now keep in mind, my entire team is champions. And my honorable mention is champions. And I had another honorable mention that actually has slipped my mind now. But that's, I guess you only get one honorable mention. I'll go honorable mention Cara, full team of champions. I've got Johnny, Ashley, Amber, an honorable mention to Cara coming off the bench in a 3v3 tournament. And so it's only right that you get an honorable mention. You can pick anyone you want. And Shane's still available.
Yeah, Shane's still available. I'm just going to take honorable mention Shane because that should have
Yes.
been. I totally, once again, I did not play
Brilliant.
long with him, but the time in which I did, it was craziness.
Yeah, I actually am a big Shane fan, but he borrowed my crossword book one time, and it was when I got it back, it looked like hieroglyphics. Like it the pressure in which he was pressing the pen. It was bled through multiple pages. There was like cross out so hard they would rip through. Every letter was like changed to a new one. I was like, this is a physical representation of this man's mind, and that is a wild place to be.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is that is insane.
that was
That
wild.
is great. Yeah, and honestly, I remember watching All Stars and being like, why is Shane so paranoid? He is just insane.
Yeah, he was sitting pretty too, actually, but with Devon. They almost won. They came in second. They probably should have won.
I know, dude.
Well, we've got a couple more things to cover, and then we are going to have to wrap this up and head out. So I believe you have a show that you want me to watch.
I do have a show that I want you to watch. It's a scripted show.
Okay.
Running Point. Kate
Interesting.
Hudson's the lead. All right. It's following the professional LA basketball team. It's called the LA Waves. And it's basically her family runs the team, and it's all of the drama, and it's done in a very hilarious fashion. It's almost like Entourage meets Eastbound and Down meets like
Oh,
sports.
it's like a comedy style.
It's a comedy. It's so funny. The characters, like every single character reminds me of another character from another funny scripted show, which is great. Kate Hudson's great in it. And they mention challengers in season two. They made references to traders, of course, like so it was traders references, but all of the traders references were challengers. So one of the characters was like, "We're
That's
gonna
kind of fire.
yeah, they're like, we're gonna do this just like CT and Trishelle and Traders. And they were like, wait, you watch Traders? And then at the end, when they were trying to execute the plan to the other brother, he's like, what do you think? I'm gonna Johnny Bananas this situation and everything. I'm like, that's three challengers in this. Now, I don't know if that was strategic placed marketing on Paramount and BMP side in order to get people like, what are we talking about here
Like
in
product placement.
product placement for the challenge. But
Dude, I
it was
don't
pretty
think
cool.
so. I,
It was
I
pretty
think
cool.
before all these other reality shows, a lot of people just had the real world road rules and the challenge. And they just like watched a ton of it. Like the franchise is pretty huge. I have some random random follows on Instagram that kind of make that point because there's no other way someone like this could follow me. We were talking about this on the phone. It's what has made me think of it. There's a player. I guess my point is this: the challenge is very niche for some big names and for some real random actual celebrities. I would say B list, A list, right? I know Rihanna's a big fan, Drake's a big fan.
Yeah.
Maybe probably not of us, but of the franchise. I got a follow the other day from Wayne Krebet, wide
What?
receiver for the New York Jets from like the early 2000s.
Yeah. Dude,
Shout out Wayne Krebet. So like we are on some random people's radars.
dude, my college roommate would absolutely shit his pants if he knew that because in college he had a giant poster of Wayne Corbett
He had a
above
fat
his bed.
head. He had a fat head of Wayne Krebet.
No, no, a giant poster. Imagine a fat head. That would have been better. You just
Those are
walk up
dope.
into our room and there's just a giant fat head of Wayne Corbett. And no girl in college knows who that is unless they're a
No,
Jets fan, you know? So,
dude. Wayne Krebet. Wayne Krebet is fire. That was like when I saw that one, I immediately texted my brothers and I was like, dude, Wayne Krebet just followed me. It was
yeah.
like it's like my dad used to pick him on his fantasy team, like when they used to draft like out of the newspaper. I was like, what? This is fire.
Imagine fantasy drafts out of the newspaper. Yeah, Wayne Corbett was a good guy, and I mean, I was a fan of Wayne Corbett,
Dude, I'm a huge fan of Wayne Krebet. Shout out Wayne, friend of the show.
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Paulie Dev show, Wayne
Yeah,
Krebet.
Paulie and Dev show. Wayne Corbett. Yeah, dude, we do have a lot of random fans. Chad Kroger from Nickelback,
Yeah.
big
Wow.
fan, big fan.
Okay.
Chad, that I mean, that's pretty cool.
No one gets a worse rap than Nickelback.
I have always loved Nickelback.
Okay. We know that.
Yeah, we know. There was a newspaper at my college at Rutgers that was solely their sole purpose was to write articles about how bad Nickelback was. I was so mad at this newspaper because I was going to the Nickelback concerts when they came through New Jersey and
Oh yeah.
Philly when I was in college that I actually found the people who wrote this newspaper and I was like, you need to stop writing hit pieces about Nickelback. They're fucking
Is
awesome.
is Nickelback? It's really good to hear your voice.
That's Hinder.
Ah, okay. What's a
But
good Nickelback one?
I mean, the one that they're known for is like, never made it as a wise man,
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
cut it as a poor
Poor
man
man
stealing.
stealing. Yeah. And then
They're
just to
so
be
good.
something.
Dude,
Yeah.
and
And
this
this
is
is how you
you
remind
remind
me.
me what I think they just get a bad rap because they're Canadian.
Fire. No, they got hate because they were making Nickelback songs. But honestly, so at the brewery, shout out New City Brewery, go enjoy a beverage at some point. We have a no, it's not, it's probably bi-monthly. They bring in a DJ and he does butt rock. I don't know if are you
Okay.
familiar with the
I,
genre butt rock?
Here's the thing. I wasn't familiar with the genre butt rock, but I just got into a heated debate with someone 2 weeks ago because I threw a song, like a playlist on, and in my mind, it was like bangers, right? Like, so Stained was on there,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Nickelback, Hinder's there, Papa Roach is there, everything. They're like, oh, you listen to butt rock? And I was like, what's butt rock? I was like, you saying this
Yeah.
is ass? I was like, because I'll fucking fight you right now.
No, I don't think it's that it sucked like that it's ass. I think it's just called butt rock, the genre. But we have a DJ that comes in and plays like butt rock remixes. And
Yeah,
it's
so
fire.
it is fire. I think the origins of butt rock, because we went into it, is there was a radio host that was
This is
like
interesting.
that I think made a off the cuff, like not off the cuff, but he was like, da 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 da, nothing but rock. You know what I mean? So and from that show, people were like, okay, the songs that were very popular on this one station that was playing
Wow.
nothing but rock is now considered butt rock.
Nothing but rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, dude, fire t-shirt. Nothing but rock with two T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
two T's.
Yeah.
I think it evolved into having two T's. I don't think it originated with the two T's when he said it. Man,
Well, things evolve, and they really do.
things do evolve.
Paulie, huge episode next week.
Huge
Number
episode
10.
this week. Number 10.
Double digits, baby.
We are in double digits. And
Well,
thank you
not
all
yet. Next
for
week.
listening. Next week, we're in double digits. Thank you all for listening. I got to shout out Dev's fitness journey. I don't know if you guys saw that picture that he posted for Misha's birthday, but absolute fuego.
Shirtless, shirtless pick incoming actually this weekend.
Shirtless pick incoming. I'm
Shirtless
excited
pick.
for it. I'm going to set my notification. Everybody set your notifications for the shirtless Dev pick. I
Hmm.
saw it and I was like, is this a Harvard grad? I
Dude, I
was
was
like,
I
is
was crushing that rowboat.
I was like, is this a Duke lacrosse player? I don't even
Dude,
know.
by the way, New York area people, fire date and budget date. The rowboats at Central Park. If you go on like a Monday or a Tuesday, you only have to wait in line for like 25 minutes. Bring a bottle of wine, bring some receptacles, and hop on one of those rowboats with your significant other, cruise around. It's 25 bucks for an hour. We were out there maybe for like an hour 45, 2 hours. No one came to get us. Beautiful nautical adventure in the middle of New York City. And you could do the entire thing for 50 bucks probably. Decent bottle of rosé, 25 bucks for the boat, nice little walk around, go get some lunch after. Great date idea, courtesy of Michelle, and it's only going to be getting prettier as spring comes out. So, shout out to the rowboats at Central Park. And honestly, I kind of crushed it.
You did crush it. I was like, if there's somebody that's probably a really great boyfriend in terms of planning special days,
She
and
planned
we
that one actually, but I
she
I do
played
some
that
plan.
one.
Well, here's the thing. Anytime if I try to plan a date, logistically, I have messed something up. So we've actually gone, this has happened so many times that now I kind of give ideas and then logistics do get taken over.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Michelle's a big logistics girl.
she's just really good at like figuring out where and what vibe is going to be like pretty and fun. So
I could see Michelle like, and this is just random, completely random. If it happens, you heard it here first. I could see Michelle being on a Bravo show. She gives me like the vibes of like I can be a high class party planner.
she could totally be an event coordinator.
Yeah, like
100%.
uh,
100% could be a really successful event coordinator. I mean, that was her job before TV. She was or after, post Survivor before the challenge. She was a travel, what do you call them?
a travel agent. She
Yeah,
was a
she was a
travel
travel
agent.
agent and
No
like
way.
worked, yeah, and literally planned people's vacations. So, yeah, but anyway, she planned that date for us. But then I rode the boat
I mean, why
half the
wouldn't
time. Half the
you?
time. Well, in retrospect, I really didn't do much there.
Yeah.
But my face was looking skinny, and that's a win.
That's a win. You looked good.
That is a win.
That
Well,
is a win.
we're gonna wrap this up, and it's a huge, huge, huge episode next week. Massive episode, the 10th episode. We said buy one, sell one, or make one, sell one, make 10, sell 10. Hashtag West Bergman. We're about to sell our 10th. I mean, we're giving them away for free, but you guys get the point.
Should we see if Wes wants to come on for episode 10?
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know if 10. Yeah, maybe. We'll ask him.
Yeah.
We'll
No?
see. Well,
Awesome.
I feel like we should wait to get Wes on a bigger app. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's a huge Survivor fan. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Wes
Yeah. Yeah.
deserves his own app. When we have a lull
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
Survivor,
I like that.
pre whatever else we're gonna do, we'll slot Wes in. All right, I have to jump though. So I'm gonna say the thing I say at the end of every show. I'm Devin Walker. He's Paulie Calafiore, and you all are wonderful. Paulie, take him away.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, follow us, the Paulie and Dev Show, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We're getting there, people. We are so close to being monetized. We need your help. If all of you who follow us on Instagram and TikTok went and subscribed to our YouTube and Spotify, we'd be monetized. We just need you to do it.
Monetize us.
We'll be seeing you.
We'll be seeing you.